What's up, YouTubers and UFC fans? Hope everything has been alright. I know I have. Yeah, February 19th. Just getting out of school, as you can tell. But, whatever, let's get this shit started. UFC 110 predictions, which will take place February 21st. The first ever event in Australia. And yeah, we got a pretty good card. Some last minute changes, but still looking pretty good. So let's get this shit started. I'm gonna start off at the preliminary card and make my way up to the main card. I'm not gonna go into any detail with the preliminary card. I'm just gonna pick who I think is gonna win, and I'm going into a little bit of detail with the main card fights. So first up, light heavyweight bout between James T-Huna and Igor Pokrajek. I got James T-Huna winning this fight. Middleweight bout between CB Dalloway and Goran Reljic. I got Goran Reljic winning this fight. Chris Lights Out Lido versus Brian Foster. I got my boy Lights Out winning this fight. And Stefan Bonner versus Krzysztof Sowiński. I don't know if I said it right. You know what? I actually think this fight is gonna be a draw. Don't tell me how I know. Don't ask me how I know. I just know it's gonna be a draw. That's just what my predictions. Yeah. Now to the main card. First fight of the evening. CroCop versus Anthony Perosh or whatever his name is. Frankly, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, Micro was supposed to fight Ben Rothwell, but I think just yesterday Rothwell pulled out the fight due to injury or some shit like that, whatever. Really don't give a fuck. CroCop has a record of 25-7. Pretty good. Well, back in Pride he was good, but in my opinion, I think CroCop, he need to just hang up the gloves, because ever since he came to the UFC, he hasn't really looked like the CroCop from Pride, and ever since that Gonzaga knockout, he hasn't really been the same. And you can tell in his last fight, that age is catching up with him, because he kept, he was gassing and putting his hands down, and Junior Dos Santos just picked him apart like the whole fight until they stopped in the third round. But I mean, even with that being said, I still think CroCop is gonna win this fight, because I don't know who the fuck this Anthony Perosh dude is. Yeah, his record is 10-5, but he hasn't really fought anybody. He fought James T-Huna, which is on the preliminary card, and James T-Huna knocked him out. So yeah, I got CroCop winning this fight. TKO in round 1. Yeah. Okay, next fight, Keith the Dean Amin Jardine versus Ryan Bader, which won, I think it was season 8 of the Ultimate Fighter. Yeah. Before I make a prediction for this fight, for all you people who likes to call Keith Jardine an unorthodox striker, I mean, get that shit erased, man. Cut it out. It's nothing. Okay, I can see, it's nothing to brag about, really. I mean, if the dude keeps getting knocked the fuck out, then yeah, it's nothing really to brag about. I mean, I like Jardine, but he hasn't really impressed me lately. He's on a 2-fight losing streak, and I think if he loses this fight, he's getting cut. Ryan Bader, Like I said, winner of Ultimate Fighter Season 8 from Team Nogueria. He's looked pretty good. He hasn't finished. He's coming off 2 decision wins since he's been in the UFC, but he still put on good performances. Has those some big ass right hands, and I think it's gonna land. And like always, Jardine is gonna go to sleep. Hate me for it. Like I said, I really don't give a fuck. This is just my predictions. I think Ryan Bader is gonna knock out Keith Jardine in round 1. Okay. Next fight, lightweight bout between Joe Stevenson and George Sotiropoulos. It's gonna be a pretty good fight. Joe Stevenson, pretty well-rounded guy, and George Sotiropoulos has some pretty good jiu-jitsu. He's undefeated in the UFC, and as you know, Joe Stevenson is the winner of Season 2 of The Ultimate Fighter. I mean, this fight was tough. I don't know. I had a hard time predicting this fight, but I gotta go with Joe Stevenson. He's, the more experienced fighter, and I just gotta go with him. Next fight, which I'm really excited about, Silva and Bisping. This fight is not gonna go 3 rounds. As much as shit as they were talking, somebody's getting knocked the fuck out. And yeah, I think it's gonna be Bisping. Vanderlei's on a 2-fight losing streak, but from his videos he's been posting on the internet and shit like that, he's been training really hard, and I don't think he wants to take a 3rd loss. Michael Bisping got knocked out by Dan Henderson in UFC 100. Rebounded against what's that dude's name? He got released. Dennis Kane. He looked alright in that fight. I think. And then Vanderlei is going back to his old style. He's training with his old trainer, whatever, from Shoebox. And yeah, I think he's gonna be too much for Bisping, and yeah, Bisping's gonna get his ass knocked out again, like in the Henderson fight. So Vanderlei Silva by knockout round 1. Next fight, main event, heavyweight bout between Antonio Rodrigo Minotauro Nogueria and Cain Velasquez. This is going to be a hell of a fucking fight. And I do see it going 3 rounds. I don't see Nogueria getting finished again. I think he was sick when he fought Mir. I don't see him getting finished again. I don't see him finishing Cain Velasquez. This is a hard fight to predict, man. These some badass dudes. And Antonio Rodrigo Nogueria, as you know, prior veteran, former UFC heavyweight champion. He's beat names like CroCop and Randy Couture and Mark Coleman and Dan Henderson and Josh Barnett, all types of guys. Cain Velasquez, he's new to the game, but he's beat some tough people. Czech Congo, Ben Rothwell, and he's looked great. He looked pretty good. I mean, most people are going for, Nogueria, but I gotta go with Cain Velasquez. It's just something about this dude, and he's so hyped up. I mean, you can't help but to hype him up. He's that good. He's looked impressive in all his fights. The only time you seen him in trouble was with the Congo fight, and I'm pretty sure he's corrected that. So with that said, I gotta go with Cain Velasquez. Hey, I just gotta go with him, man. I don't know why, but I know why. He's a badass dude, but yeah, Cain Velasquez, unanimous decision. So there you go. Post comments, do whatever. Really don't give a fuck. Yeah, that's about it.